way when I look in your eyes. I can see you as a child. The river gives us every good thing, and then it takes it all away. Don't take me away from you. Don't take me away from you. I feel like I knew you then, when I was a little boy. I spent my days imagining the shape it would all take, and now it takes the shape of you. Everything takes the shape of you. Oh, my source of love and fear.
Hello. I haven't actually talked to you guys today, and that feels weird. I don't know, I want to make my videos like more aesthetically pleasing, like calming, in addition to like following my life and things like that. I have been always just so inspired by Audrey Hepburn, and I have a book of hers that I absolutely love, and I'm like, I want my videos to almost like feel like this book, or whatever that means, like my version of it. I think, you know, you can find inspiration through emulation, but you're never going to exactly emulate something. I wanted to take you through just like a very like calm sort of morning. I just got off of a meeting. I'm training one of my coworkers up on one of our clients and getting them started with them. So it's like an hour session of me like yapping the entire time and just trying to give them as much information as possible to feel as confident as they can whenever they're on their own. It's just a very complex client and there's a lot to go over. So today was day 2, and like I said, it's just like an hour of me like, so it's like my throat is like, you know, because I think whenever you're trying to relay information, sometimes you speak in a way, and even though I'm an actor and I know this, like I should probably be better about it. You're speaking in a way that's a bit more like rough on your voice and things like that. And then I'm about to have therapy in the next few minutes, like next 40 minutes. So I have a bit of a break before that. I was supposed to have it this morning at 11. But it's kind of challenging whenever you have something at the end of the day that I'm looking forward to it, but it's like, man, it's just sort of like sandwiched in your day and you're like looking forward to it, but then also nervous about it. And then it's like whenever you have plans in the evening and you get ready and then you're just sitting around and you're going out close and you're like, okay, what do I do now? You know, you just sort of sit and stare at the wall until you have your event happen. I don't know if y'all feel the same way about that, but anywho, that's been what is going on for the day, and I'll keep you posted if I have any like crazy like therapy revelations. It was in a very interesting week. I'll just be interested to like have this therapy session. I always feel better after, for sure. Also, I'm happy to report, if you've been around for a minute, that Trash Mountain is finally gone. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, we had so much trash that had just built up, so it is so exciting to have that out. And I feel like there's more like breathing room, even though there's still like a little bit of clutter, there's still just like a bit of breathing room to be had like in the house overall. Because it was even in the living room, like Trash Mountain was like birthing a child in the kitchen in the living room area, so Trash Mountain is no more. I wanted to really quickly, I only have 3 minutes before I have to start work back. I wanted to do a very brief book review of Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. She's also written other books. The Love Hypothesis, I think, is her most popular one. This book was really good. I thought it was so well written. I hope this makes sense. As somebody who has read a lot of books, my vocabulary is already pretty vast. So it's not often that whenever I'm reading a book, I'm having to look up a word, and I did with this book. I absolutely loved that about this book, is that she was like using a full like expanse of her vocabulary and things like that. So that was super fun. It is about a diver navigating college at Stanford University, and she also is getting her degree in like biology so she can go and be a doctor. It took me a minute to get through this book, but it's not for a lack of enjoying it. But I don't know if it was addicting, if that makes sense. But it is a perfect summer read. I read it a few times by my pool, and that was great because I don't want to spoil anything about the premise. But the love interest, I'm sure it can be found in the back of the book, but I'm not a person who reads any sort of pre-synopsis or like the back of the cover of the book. I want to know the vibes, and then I'll dive in, and if I don't, I'll dive in. Swimming humor. But if I don't like it, then I'll just DNF if I'm not enjoying it. But I don't like to read the back of book covers because often I just get spoiled. To not spoil who the love interest is, you have a whole bunch of the diving team characters that you're interacting with, and then you have the swimming team that is you're also interacting with, and things like that. People from her biology class. I don't think I love some of her interactions with some of the female characters. I think they're actually like relatively like toxic characters, and I don't think it was maybe addressed enough for my tastes. But I do think it's how it might happen in the actual world, but I don't think that means that it's a good thing. I am right at 6 o'clock, so I have to go, but I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. Oh, also, I will say this about the book. It explores themes of like kink culture and like BDSM. Trigger warning, Mom, I'm sorry. But I thought, and maybe I'm revealing a lot about myself right now, I thought it was a little vanilla for it to be like the center point of the book. But I think the characters were really fleshed out. I loved the romance. If the BDSM exploration wasn't a part of the book, it would already be amazing. I think like her vocabulary, her like sentence structure, like she's so well written that would already put it at 4 stars. But where it didn't get that 5 stars is the interaction with some of the female characters were just like not it. And then the fact that it was supposed to be like this kinky book, whenever like to me, it really didn't seem like it. Seemed pretty vanilla for what it was presented as. So that's where it gets knocked off that star, but I would highly recommend you read it. It does dabble in like some triggering aspects, but there's a trigger warning in the book if you need that. I also am a person who doesn't even read trigger warnings at the beginning of books because I don't want anything spoiled. So that's how much I am very much so against spoilers. Which is very funny because I'm thinking about making videos called Here for the Spoilers or like the spoiler zone. And it's basically where I can talk about movies that I've been watching and like spoil them and really get into like my full thoughts about them, because I feel like sometimes whenever I am talking about something, say this book, I'm trying to not spoil it. Because of that, I am not able to get across my like clear thoughts or my complex thoughts that I have about something because I'm trying to like respect people who have not read it or watched it. So if I make the whole premise surrounding it being about spoilers, then I can talk freely and give you all the tea on my thoughts. Anywho, I've got to go work. So what you saw earlier whenever I was getting ready, I mean, it's had a full day of stuff and being put in a ponytail, but a tip that I saw for too tight curls was to use your lowest heat setting on your hairdryer on the lowest fan speed, and then to sort of like blow out your curls, like kind of like brushing through them. I feel like this is a much better, looser curl. I mean, like I said, I've had like all day to kind of to mess with them, I guess, but I think they look really good. And especially for my first time doing it, like once I get the hang of it, I think it'll look even better. But I think they just look a little bit looser, a little bit more like lived in, more like how they're supposed to look versus the super coiled hair that I would have whenever I pulled out my no heat styling, which I know I'm using heat on my hair whenever I'm blow drying it, which defeats the purpose, but you're not using as much heat, and that's what is important. Anyhow, I am watching the Love Island reunion right now, and I'm really excited. It's for season 6, the USA edition. I've been watching this one for a minute, but I talked about it in a previous video. I think I just edited that one actually, and it's definitely been getting me through like a very stressful time. So I'm gonna be sad whenever the season is over. I don't know. Actually, I do know what I'm gonna watch next. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives just released their 2nd season. So I kind of want to go back and watch the 1st season through again, just because I feel like there's so much little side drama and stuff that you sort of like miss.
I wanna run away, but no, like buy a ticket.